Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this very unique video where Ewan and I were going to go through our race predictions of this year's 2020 season in all the World Tour races. There were some very, outlandish predictions from the pair of us. So, Ewan, how are you feeling? Can you remember any of your predictions for this year?
I remember there being a lot of French people picked. From Thibaut Pinot, Guillaume Martin, Rémi Cavagna, Florian Sénéchal, they all get a mention at some point in this video. So if you're French, know that I still believe in you.
So the first race we actually did a preview for was the Strade Bianche after the restart. Let's have a look.
Winner will be Philippe Gilbert, and my outsider will be Lutsenko. Why not? He did well last year, top 10, whilst he was working for Fuglsang.
My favorite for this, I hope he wins, Mathieu van der Poel, and my dark horse will be, why not, Tadej Pogacar. So that was a bit interesting, Ewan. I picked Van der Poel and the dark horse of the future Tour de France champion at that point, Tadej Pogacar. Both of them finished in the top 15th, 13th for Pogacar, 15th for Van der Poel. So I think Pogacar did quite well. But what about you? Gilbert?
I decided to go with the romantic pick and go for Philippe Gilbert. We hadn't seen much racing by this point. That's what I'm going to say. We didn't realize that Gilbert was not going to be on winning form this year. Similarly, Alexei Lutsenko didn't deliver. So that was a bit of a disappointment. This might be the first time that you're going to see me hate on Jakob Fuglsang in this video. I think I deliberately picked Lutsenko because I didn't want Jakob Fuglsang to do well for Astana.
So I'm assuming that it's going to end in a sprint, as I mentioned. High pace, etc. Fresh out the blocks, new season-ish. So I'm going to go for the Colombian sensation himself. Just won a stage of Burgos, Fernando Gaviria for the win. Let's hope that happens. I actually have faith in UAE this week. And my outsider, who's not particularly an outsider, but someone who everyone hates, never loves to hate. The kickboxer himself, Nacer Bouhanni.
Well, my outsider is going to be Van der Poel, like I picked last week. And then I'm going to go for Peter Sagan.
Safe.
So, Ewan, that was quite interesting. You definitely thought, well, you said that you're going to get your faith in UAE was going to repay you. And you were clearly going for a flat finish. That was not really, well, a sprint finish. There was a sprint finish, but just between two riders. In terms of me, I picked Peter Sagan. It seems like he's never going to win this race. It's perfectly made for him. He finished fourth. And then, again, my dark horses don't really seem that dark. Mathieu van der Poel as a dark horse finished 13th. So
at least your picks finished within the top 15. High pace, sure. Ending in a sprint, it definitely did not. In fact, we saw images very early on of Gaviria waving to the cameras. And in fact, he came 91st. I must say, this is probably my worst prediction of the year. Nacer Bouhanni came 38th. Let me find out where Gaviria actually came.
And Bouhanni.
Oh, Bouhanni came like 30th. 38th. Wow. He beat Viviani in a sprint. Oh, no, he didn't.
So the next race we looked at was the Critérium du Dauphiné, which, let's have a look.
Oh, this is a good one. I love this one.
This time, I'm going to go for the second most obvious person, Egan Bernal. Even though I slated Ineos, I still think Egan Bernal will probably get like third, as I think Roglic will actually win. I don't know how dark we have to go for dark horse. I'd love to pick Pogacar, but I think that's a bit of a cop-out. As a dark horse, I'm going to go for a man that I've been really rooting for recently. That is going to be Guillaume Martin. He's got a couple good results in the French races so far. He's on Cofidis, better team than he's ever been at. So why not Guillaume Martin?
So for my picks, I want to pick Nairo, but I don't. I'll go for Tadej Pogacar. As my dark horse, I'll go for Nairo Quintana. No, I'm kidding. I'll go for Pierre Rolland.
Well, I must say that's definitely my best pick of the whole season. Not Egan Bernal winning, of course. He did crash out with a mysterious back injury. Instead, Guillaume Martin, really proud of that. It did kind of,
I love how you said
special.
Roglic was the clear pick, which, well, he was. And then,
He was.
Yeah.
He also mysteriously crashed out. Less mystery there, pick just with that one.
Tadej Pogacar came fourth, so...
Well, you should have picked Tadej Pogacar for our next one, because we're about to look at the Tour de France. And for this one, we picked the whole podium. So let's have a look and see what we said for that.
I'm going to go for the other pick for GC victory. Personally, I don't think he's going to win, but YOLO. Bernal for the top spot of the podium. Your man Primož Roglic for the second step. And third place, it's the king of the Vosges Mountains himself, Thibaut Pinot, who I think will take third place. It's close between him and Landa.
I'm going to be more daring. First French victory since Bernal, Nairo Quintana second, just to please my girlfriend. Roglic third, and yeah, that's my podium. Yeah, although, because we had the whole rule with if someone picks a guy, then you can't use them. So you actually benefited from going second, because, yeah, you actually got one of them right. Okay, I picked Pinot. We all know what happened there. Nairo second, again, nowhere. And then Roglic third, who ended up finishing second. But yeah, Ewan, how was your podium?
Well, Bernal did me dirty again. He crashed. Well, not crashed. He metaphorically crashed out. But Roglic second, I'm happy about that. I didn't mean to do it, but indirectly I managed to have a good result there. And yeah, Pinot third, but I did clarify Landa was my fourth place. So that means I have a 50% success rate at predicting the top four. So I must say, if you ever need cycling betting advice, you know who to come to.
Who do you think is going to finish on the podium this year?
Well, I feel like I'm putting my reputation on the line here, and I'd love to go for the obvious picks, but this is me after all. I'm going to say third place will go to Wout van Aert of Belgium. I think second place will go to Tom Dumoulin of the Netherlands. And first will go to the Frenchman of the Koenig Quickstep, Rémi Cavagna. He will take France's first World Time Trial Championship in history.
Well, there goes that reputation. So I'm going to back the Aussie himself, Rowan Dennis, and I'm going to say that Tom Dumoulin takes third and Wout van Aert takes second. So I'm just swapping the Jumbo-Visma teammates around and then placing Rowan Dennis on top. Okay, I've got one huge... Okay, there's two questions here. First one is the massive one. How did none of us predict Filippo Ganna? Like, no one. Italian race. Absolutely machine. Time trialist. Oh my goodness. But yeah, the second point, a certain someone was putting his certain reputation on the line. So how's that, Ewan?
First and seventh, there's not all that much difference between them. I know in some cultures, seventh place really is a first place. And in my world, it is. Rémi Cavagna didn't really have the barnstorming performance I was hoping for. But at least I got Van Aert on the podium, correct? But I think even Stevie Wonder could have seen that coming.
All right, sorry, who guessed what Van Aert correctly? I got him second. Well, it doesn't really mean anything because Rowan Dennis wasn't where he should have been, and Dumoulin wasn't really there anyway. So, yeah, we move on to the same race, but the road race instead of the time trial. Who do you think will win this year's title, and who do you think will be the podium?
This is an awful lot of pressure, and it's really hard to predict. As I said, I don't know how this race is going to end up. If we can't pick the same people, I'm going to go for the obvious man. The man from Belgium himself, Wout van Aert, I think will win this. He can overcome all the barriers to victory that we set for Belgium, I believe. I'm going to say second place will in fact go to Julien Alaphilippe, just like at La Classicissima, where they finished first and second. And I think third will go to Michael Woods of Canada.
So I'm going to go a bit more with my heart. And I'm going to say that Jakob Fuglsang is going to be the second ever Dane to win the rainbow jersey for the men's elite road race, of course. And yeah, why not? Let's say Nairo in second, because that would be funny. and Alejandro Valverde third. That won't happen, but yeah.
I got the first two right in the wrong order, but I got the first two right, and I'm really happy about that. But Scott, what's it like living in 2013, where Jakob Fuglsang, Alejandro Valverde, and Nairo Quintana can all get podiums? What's it like there?
Yeah, it didn't. Well, Fuglsang, he did come in the top 10. Nairo, nowhere. Valverde didn't get another podium at the World Championships, but yeah, Julian Philippe and Wout van Aert, that's impressive. Although wasn't the right order, so count 0 points.
Well, I did say it was a hard race to predict, and
yeah, that's true. But yeah, that was quite impressive. So, anyways, the next race is our second Grand Tour of the year. No, it's not the Tour de France. It's of course the Giro d'Italia.
Third place, I'm going to go for Rafael Majka. In second place, I'm going to go for Simon Yates. And in first place, I believe it's going to be Geraint Thomas to win his first ever Giro d'Italia and his second career Grand Tour.
Not biased there at all.
As I said, I don't support the British riders.
So I'm going to be very critical about this, and I'm going to put Yates in third, Thomas in second, and of course the Il Lombardia champion and fifth place rider at the World Championships, Jakob Fuglsang, is going to win his first ever Grand Tour. You can castrate me in the comments. Well then, well, Fuglsang didn't win the Giro. He did finish sixth, which is some kind of prize. And the two others on my podium didn't even finish, Geraint Thomas and Simon Yates.
I'm in the same boat there. Oops. At least Majka finished. I'll put it like that. But I must let you know, Jai Hindley was so close to making that top three.
So anyways, the next one we have, and can we just appreciate the riders we have on the thumbnail? Julian Philippe, Wout van Aert, and Van der Poel. Yes, I know it's obvious in a way.
It wasn't obvious for some people, as we'll soon find out.
Who do you think will be the top three of this year's Ronde van Vlaanderen 2020?
This is hard. This is really tough. I think it's going to be Mads Payson. I believe will get third place. He'll win a reduced sprint for third. Second will go to the reigning champion Alberto Bettiol. I think will lose in a two-man battle between the Frenchman of the Kona Quickstep, Florian Sénéchal. I am going to put my neck on the line and say Florian Sénéchal wins his first monument.
Fair enough. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, well, I'll start from the other end. I'm going to say it's going to be a battle between Mathieu van der Poel and Wout van Aert at the finish, and it's going to be absolutely explosive, but Mathieu van der Poel will get the upper hand. Third place goes to Julian Philippe. Florian Sénéchal.
I laugh at the time because I know how ridiculous it is.
Did you hear that? A battle between Wout van Aert and Mathieu van der Poel, and Julian Philippe third. 10 points here. 10 out of 10.
Some of us were self-aware in their mediocrity. I must note I laughed at the time, probably because I realized the words coming out of my mouth were so ridiculous. Florian Sénéchal wins his first monument. Nah, nowhere near. Even Mads Payson was like, I think he had like 1 minute of TV time. That was it.
Yeah. Not your finest moment.
No, but I must say, you got the top two right, and Julian Alaphilippe should have been third.
Yeah, if you hadn't. Well, in that group, if you had those three finishing together, do you think how do you think it would have panned out?
I reckon they all would have gone to the line. Alaphilippe would have tried to attack over the Paterberg, but he would have been chased down, and it would have still been Van der Poel, Van Aert, and Alaphilippe. They would have forced Alaphilippe to open the sprint at the front.
If you look at the Milan-San Remo, Wout van Aert beat Alaphilippe. Well, I know it's like the time scale is a bit iffy because you have the Tour in between, of course. But you also have Van der Poel beat Wout van Aert. So it's like you would have thought that would have been the order. We're going to go to the final part, which was like a snapshot show. It wasn't as long as the other shows. It was the Vuelta España.
Go to Richard Carapaz. I think Ecuador will have a Vuelta España champion in the form of him. He's been going really well since the last chance. Very aggressive,
at the World Championships when he was the only real rider of note there. So there we go. Richard Carapaz wins the Vuelta.
Okay, I'm going to say Primoz Roglic regains his title after that disappointment in the Tour de France. So we've both gone Ineos and Jumbo-Visma.
We were pretty spot on.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really... that was probably the most... because there was like Ineos and Jumbo-Visma coming. So it's like the two strongest teams. And like the disparity or difference between the teams, it seems like it's growing ever more. It seems like we're getting into this peanut budget and then the mega budget, and we're gonna see it even more next year with AG2R Citroen. Guys, that's basically been our video. Really hope you've enjoyed it, watching our little reactions to our very educated predictions sometimes. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, of course. And yeah, we'll see you all next time.